Mr. Jassim Al-Ahmadi, Vice Chairman of Al-Ahmadi Enterprises, thank you so much for joining this conversation with the Peninsula. Now let's start talking about the various projects by Al-Ahmadi Enterprises. How have they benefited Qatar's economy?
Of course, Al-Mad Enterprises has been in the market since almost 1998, and actually it started a little bit earlier, but officially 1998. And we have been going through a lot of economic, booms, to be honest, in Qatar in the previous years. Starting from the beginning, and then the Asian Games was a big step, and I think the biggest pivot point for Al-Imad Enterprises was near the Asian Games. Al-Imad Enterprises is mainly related to residential and commercial spaces. So we have been into this market since a long time, and what was special in Al-Imad Enterprises is the type of service which has been provided to the tenants, whether commercial and also residential. So we'd always have, a special customer care plan, and also we would have a very strong maintenance team. So Remad Enterprises have been evolving since then, and then has been developed into a much larger, in terms of operations. So we expanded into mall management in terms of Al Hazm. So Al Hazm was one of the big pivot points again for Al Imad Enterprises, and which opened for us a lot of new boundaries and a lot of new opportunities, especially in the retail market, and the food and beverage market, and the facility management market. And it has been a very proud journey, to be honest, since we started. Of course, now we are doing the year closing for our 2022. So up till now, we see that there is a big increase. The exact percentage is still yet to be calculated, but of course, with the help of the World Cup, it has been a very successful year for us. Of course, 2023 is a very important year for all the small to medium enterprises in Qatar, whether our market or any other market. It's a big moving point for everyone. It's a new era, let's say, after the World Cup. Before the World Cup, all the focus was on the World Cup, and now it's on what's after the World Cup, especially with the Qatar Vision 2030. We see that the government is, very smart and strategic with releasing the projects and the major projects in the correct times, to be honest, to keep the market alive, which is a very strategic decision that has been made. Of course, we were part of a big project, which is the fan villages, the fan villages for the FIFA World Cup, which has been which had a big impact on our business and successful impact. We learned a lot of experiences. We have been commissioned to build and operate 10,000 rooms for the FIFA World Cup, fan villages, and this project has been, it's extreme success in terms of commercials, and also in terms of success in terms of learning some new experiences and dealing with almost 50 different nationalities at that time. Especially that it's going to be a one in a lifetime experience. Of course, as I mentioned, the government here has a very smart strategy from even before the World Cup, and we knew before the World Cup there are huge development projects that have been held off before the World Cup to keep the momentum going after the World Cup. So we'll see. And we anticipate in this year that a lot of major projects will be released, and this will always keep the market, running and keep it alive. And this is, what we expect for the coming year. In the retail market, to be honest, first of all, in February, usually in the whole of the region, February is the low month for the retail market. So we still didn't get a chance to see what is the retail market in 2023 until today. If we are talking about fashion, if we are talking about retail, food and beverage, auto parts, whatever markets we are in, it's still too early to judge and say what's the market. But it's usual, and we saw this trend every year that in the February month it's quite a low season for the retail. But actually, notably that February of this month for our luxury retail, there is an increase of around 58 to 60% for February until today compared to last year. The statistics actually it was given to me in the past week, and we see that it's going to be a good year. Al-Imad Enterprises is committed to focus in Qatar as its major market. We believe there is still a lot of opportunity here in Qatar, and we believe there is still a lot of development going on. Still, it's a fresh market. There is a lot of opportunities, to be honest, and it's a fruitful market. So, international markets, maybe in terms of returns, are not as strong as the Qatar market. And this is something I think everyone knows about, that Qatar is one of the most successful markets in terms of investment. If you want to invest in real estate or any type of investment, and if you get it right, it's a very fruitful investment. Well, what I believe is that if we talk in terms of tourism perspective, it's that each country has its own strategy and its own target tourism market. To be honest, the target tourism market for Qatar is completely different than the other neighboring countries, which is, it's a very smart decision to go this way, because we can see that, a couple of weeks ago, His Excellency Akbar al-Bakr, he mentioned that Qatar is going to target family tourism, which is no one is actually targeting this type of tourism now in the region. So this is also a very good news for all of the Qatar market, because first of all, it's a new non-penetrated market in terms of tourism in the region. And the other thing is that it also aligns with our religion and our with our culture and religion, because some type of tourism will also affect our culture and affect our religion. So we see that the family-oriented tourism market is, it's a very good and smart decision, again, from the government. And also we can see that there is a lot of work and the business tourism, which is also, it has some competition in the market, but also it's very different the way that we are approaching it. We can see that Qatar is hosting a lot of very big exhibitions, worldwide exhibitions. We can see the Geneva International Motor Show being held this year in Qatar. This is a major one of the major automotive events and exhibitions, which is usually always held in Geneva. And for the first time, it's moving out of Geneva to Qatar, and we can see that there is a lot of similar circumstances.